good day everyone. Gab here, market analyst from SmarTrade. So let us start our morning briefing by taking a recap on yesterday's data. All right, so last night, first we have retail sales for Germany. So yearly and monthly basis. So for the yearly basis, the actual data was negative 2.6% versus the market forecast at negative 7%. And for the monthly basis, the actual data was 1.9% versus negative 0.3% market forecast. And it's followed by the unemployment rate for the month of July for European zone. So the actual data was 6.6% versus the market forecast at 6.7. And after the unemployment rate, so we have here the initial jobless claims for this week for US. So the actual data was 232K versus 246. And lastly, we have the manufacturing PMI for US as well for the month of August. So the previous data was 52.8 versus 52. And for today, so we can expect that the market will be really volatile since it's NFP. So later at 2 p.m., we also have to pay attention on the balance trade for Germany later at 2 p.m. for the month of July. And the most awaited NFP later at 8:30 p.m. So as you can see here, the NFP is actually being forecasted lower comparing on the previous one, which is around 310K, since the previous is 328K. And for the unemployment rate, it's being forecasted to be remains the same at 3.5%, since the previous is 3.5. Same goes with the market forecast. And also, we have to pay attention as well on the average hourly earnings for monthly basis and yearly basis as well. So the forecasted for monthly basis is 0.3% versus the previous 0.5. And also for the yearly basis, it's being forecasted at 5.1% versus 5.2%. So now let's take a look on some of the financial products. So yesterday, we've analyzed gold and crude oil or the US oil. Okay, so the levels that I've given last or yesterday's video was 1712 and of course 1705. So I've mentioned that if the price of gold is traded beyond 1712, then we can target 1715. But however, the price of gold did not reach 712. And of course, I've mentioned as well that if the price of gold is being traded below 1705, then we might target 1700. So for those who took the short trades, I hope you guys profited for this one. And if you can still remember, I told you that I would not recommend you to trade gold first because the stochastics might retrace from here. So this was actually the exact candle after the retracement. So if you manage to enter before this candle right here, so I hope you trail your positions. So even if you place your selling positions, if you manage to trail for about 25 pips or 20 pips, you will still get profits. And then right after that, the gold retrace from there since the stochastics goes up. And if you manage to enter again for gold after the retracement, then definitely you will have a good profits for this one since you entered twice for gold. So the price of gold goes down and hits our target for about 1700, and the price sustains below 1700 and the price go down for as low as 1688. So as of the moment, the current price of gold is 1699, close to 1700. But for today, what are the price levels that we have to pay attention for gold? So right now, it's currently 1699. So for today's price levels, so if the price of gold is traded beyond 1700, then we might target 1705. And for 1695, if the price goes lower than 1695, then we might target 1690. But however, for the stochastics, it's currently at the 80 level, so it might go down from here and hitting our targets below 1695. But same thing with yesterday. So if you manage to took the trades, regardless if it's long or short position, So for long positions, our main target here is 50 pips. So if you manage to get 25 or 20 pips, I would suggest trail it so that it can protect your capital and also your account. Just in case the market retrace from here. Same goes with the 1695. So if you manage to get 25 or 20 pips, I would suggest you trail it so that regardless if the market price retrace from here, you will still get profits for gold. So once again, you need to pay attention with the 1700 and 1695. Again, if it's traded beyond 1700, let's target 1705. If it's traded below 1695, you might target 1694 today. So next thing is silver. Okay. So for silver, if we base on the bigger picture, so on the monthly basis is strongly bearish since as you can see here, the two moving average or the faster moving average crossed below this the slower moving average. So weekly time frame is strongly bearish. Daily time frame is bearish as well. So for the RD chart, so the current price of silver is 17.85. So based on the price levels and with the help of the market structure, obviously the silver on the hourly chart is still strongly bearish, but the price levels that we need to pay attention for today is if it's traded beyond 17.90, then we might see 18.0 for silver. And if it's being traded below 17.70, then we might see 17.60 for today. So for silver, same thing with gold. If you manage to get half of the targeted pips, I would suggest you trail it so that it can protect your capital and your profits as well. If you manage to place your short positions below our target, below 17.70, so I would suggest you trail it as well. And lastly, for oil. So yesterday we've analyzed oil as well. So with gold, it hits our targeted profits below 1705. And same thing with oil. So the price levels that I gave you yesterday was if the price of crude oil or the US oil is traded beyond 91, then we might see 92 from here. But however, the price of crude oil did not touch the 92 or the 91 level. Hence, it went down to our targeted price below 88.5. So as I've said, if the price is traded below 88.5, then we might target 88 from here. So what happened is the market goes down or it's traded beyond 88.5. And what happened? The market touched our target at 88. And as I mentioned, if the price of crude oil or the US oil is traded beyond or below 88, then we might see 87 or 86 from here. And right after that, after the price took our profits from 88, then it goes down around 86.10 and it's traded below 87. So definitely, if you manage to even trade below 88.5, then you took the profits as well. Or definitely you will be you'll get profits from here. So for US oil for today, what are the price levels that we need to pay attention? So right now it's being traded around 88.34 per barrel. But the price levels that we need to pay attention is number one, if it's being traded beyond 88, then we might see 89 today. And for short positions, if it's being traded below 86, then we might see 85. So right now, obviously the price of crude oil is being traded beyond 88, but if you can see here, the stochastics, it's at the 80 level, so it might retrace from here. So I would suggest you not to take any positions of the moment unless you will see the stochastics retrace from the 20 levels. And from there, if it's near 88, then we might re-enter once again because the market price might retrace on the downside. So if you place your long position here, definitely you will lose you will lose your position from this area. So again, I would suggest you wait for the stochastics to retrace first. And also for US oil, you need to be very cautious because number one, there are two possible scenarios might happen for crude oil today. So if the price touch the 89 level, as you can see here, there's a strong support right here. So if the price goes up to 89 and it might go down from here again. Same with this structure. But definitely, if the price of US oil traded beyond 89, and if it reach 92.2 levels, then definitely it will fly from here. So again, you need to be very cautious with 89 level. All right, so that is all for our morning briefing for today. So again, you need to be very cautious since it's NFP. So the release later will be around 8:30 p.m. So if you have any positions before 8:30 p.m., I would suggest you liquidate it or you trail it so that regardless what happened, you will still get profits. Again, thank you everyone. Please like and subscribe sa YouTube channel ni SmarTrade and see you in the next video.